Hello friends, so welcome to the penultimate lecture of this course. In this lecture, I will teach you divergence theorem of Gauss. Basically, this theorem gives a relation between the surface integral computed over a closed surface and the volume integral of the divergence of the vector on which I need to calculate the integral. So, let us start with the statement of this theorem. So, let D be a closed and bounded region in 3D which is bounded by a piecewise smooth orientable surface S. So, here S is the boundary of the region D, okay, and as you can note down, the region D is closed as well as bounded. For example, like a sphere, if the surface S is a sphere, then the region inside the sphere along with the boundary will be the D. Let V be a vector function of x, y, z having component as V1 in I direction, V2 in j direction and V3 in k direction. So, this V is a vector function defined and having first order continuous partial derivatives in a domain containing D. Then we have the surface integral of V over the surface S. This equals to divergence of vector V into dV, and this triple integral we are calculating over the region D. Here N is the unit normal vector to surface S in outward direction. Means in the other side of the region D. So, this statement is the divergence theorem of the Gauss. Now, in terms of components of V, we can write this theorem as, so V1 is the component of vector v in I direction. So, I can write v1 dy dz plus v2 dx dz plus v3 dx dy. So, this is replacing this v dot n dA, and we have seen it in surface integral of the vector function. This equals to triple integral over the region D, and now divergence v will become del v1 over del x plus del v2 over del y plus del v3 over del z, and this into dx dy dz. So, this is the alternative formula of the divergence theorem of Gauss in terms of components of a vector. Or I can write this as v1 cos alpha plus v2 cos beta plus v3 cos gamma. So, v3 cos gamma and then dA equals to the right hand side given by the same thing. Here alpha, beta and gamma are the angles which the unit normal vector n makes with x axis, y axis and z axis in positive directions respectively. So, alpha is the angle between x axis and unit normal vector n. Beta is the angle between y axis and unit normal vector n, and gamma is the angle between z axis and unit normal vector n. So, we can consider any of the three forms as I told you, and all of these are called the divergence theorem of the Gauss. So, now I will take few examples where I can apply this theorem for calculating either the surface integral or the volume integral. So, my first example is evaluate the surface integral v dot n dA, okay, where v is given by a vector function x square zi plus yj minus xz square k. And S is the boundary of the region bounded by the paraboloid z equals to x square plus y square and the plane z equals to 4y. So, let us solve it. So, here the range of z is clearly given, it is from x square plus y square means the surface of the paraboloid, and the other one is the plane z equals to 4y. Now, I need to calculate v dot n dA. So, by the divergence theorem, this will be equal to the triple integral over the region D divergence v dV. Now, divergence v will become 2xz plus 1 minus 2xz So it comes out to be 1. So hence the surface integral of V over the surface S equals to the region D dx dy dz, because here divergence of V is 1. This equals to z equals to x square plus y square and then 4y dz into dx dy, and now dx dy. So now this double integral is over the region in xy plane, which is the projection of the region D on xy plane. So now projection will become from here, it is z equals to x square plus y square, it is a paraboloid going in this way. And then we are having a plane z equals to 4y. So hence the projection on xy plane will become this over r, and here r will become x square plus y square equals to 4y, which is the upper boundary of the region. And if you note down, what is this? It is a circle in xy plane of radius 2 and having center at 0, 2. So center is 0, 2, radius is 2. So now my integral or surface integral of V over the surface S becomes integral over the region x square plus 5 y square equals to 4x, this region, and this will become 4y minus x square minus y square dx dy. Okay. So here it is 4y. So if I change it into polar coordinate, r will start from 0, it will go up to 4 sin theta, and theta will be from 0 to pi, because strip will go like this. So r equals to 0 and ended over this curve, which is r equals to 4 sin theta and 0 to pi, because it will start from here and ended over this line, and then it will become 4 r sin theta minus r square, because x square plus y square is r square, r dr d theta. This comes out to be theta equals to 0 to pi. So this will become r square r cube upon 3. So it will become 1 by 3 or 4 sin theta raised to power 4 upon 3 minus 4 sin theta raised to power 4 upon 4 and then d theta. Once you solve it, it comes out to be 8 pi. So in this way we need to evaluate surface integral, but by using the divergence theorem of Gauss, what we have done, we have evaluated this surface integral in terms of a triple integral. However, please Be careful, we can apply this theorem only when my surface is a closed surface. You cannot apply it on the open surface. For example, if you have to apply it on a cylinder, let us say x square equals to y square plus z square, then what you need to do? You should have the upper circle which is closing the cylinder as well as a circular disc in the bottom to make the cylinder as a closed surface. If you want to evaluate it on hemisphere where z is positive, you have to take a circular disc to close the hemisphere. So, always this theorem is applicable on closed surfaces. If the surface is open, somehow make it closed, calculate the integral and then finally subtract the integral over that particular portion of the surface which you have used for closing the surface. Okay, let us take another example, and this example is use the divergence theorem to evaluate. Again I need to calculate the surface integral of a vector function where vector function v, or let me write it, where the vector function v is given as xyj minus y square upon 2. So, this is I in the I direction, this is in the j direction, and plus k, not k, in fact I will take zk. Okay. So, this is my vector function, and now where surface S is also need to be defined. So, S is the surface consisting of 3 surfaces that is z equals to 4 minus 3x square minus 3y square, and here z is 1 2 z 2 4 on the top. Then I am having a cylinder x square plus y square equals to 1 for 0 to z to 1 on side, and finally it should be closed from the bottom, then only we can apply the divergence theorem. So, z equals to 0 is the bottom. So, I can say this is my S1, S2, S3. So, this is like this if I am having, so X, Y and Z. So, what I am having? I am having a disc Z equals to 0 in the bottom, that is the XY plane. I am having a cylinder along Z axis which is going from z equals to 0 to 1. So, let us say up to here, and then I am having a this kind of thing. It is a closed surface since it is consisting 3 surfaces, and if I need to evaluate the surface integral, what I need to do? I need to evaluate this surface integral over the whole surfaces by solving 3 surface integrals. One is on S1, another one is on S2, and the last one on S3, and by adding all of them I will get the final answer. But what is the easy way? Instead of doing this, since it is a closed surface, I can apply the divergence theorem here. So, let us try to apply divergence theorem. So, here by the divergence theorem, the surface integral of V over the surface S will be the triple integral over the region D, divergence V dV. Okay. So, here region D is this closed region. So, let me take it. What will be the limit? Here divergence V, if I will calculate, it will become y minus y plus 1. So, it becomes 1. Okay. Now, the limits will become z equals to 0 is the lower limit of z, because this is the disc in xy plane. What is the upper surface of the region? So, this will be, if I use the cylindrical coordinate, it will, I can write 4 minus 3 r square, where r square is x square plus y square. X is r cos theta, y is r sin theta. Then the projection of this particular surface on the xy plane. So, what will be the projection? It will be a circle of radius. So, it will be a circle of radius 1. See this cylinder. So, this is the side surface. So, this will project as a circle of radius 1. So, r will be 0 to 1 and theta will be 0 to 2 phi, and then divergence V is 1. So, dV will become r dz dr d theta. Okay. And when I will evaluate it, it comes out to be 5 pi upon 2. So, in this way we can solve this integral, this surface integral by the divergence theorem, just by solving this triple integral over this region D. Okay. Let us take one more example where we need to verify the divergence theorem. So, verify the divergence theorem for the vector field V equals to xi plus yj plus zk over the sphere of radius a centered at the origin. Okay. So, my divergence theorem is V dot n dA, and this equals to over the surfaces equals to triple integral d divergence of V dV. Here V is given as xi plus yj plus zk, and surface S is the boundary of the sphere x square plus y square plus z square equals to radius a centered at the origin. So, this one. So, S is represented by this surface. Now, let us take right hand side first. In the right hand side, I need to calculate triple integral over a spherical region, that is I need to calculate this x square plus y square plus z square less than equals to a square, and then divergence of V. So, divergence of V will become del x over del x plus del y over del y plus del by del z of z. So, it will become 3, and then dx dy dz. So, better to convert from the multiple integral. We know whenever we are having, we have to evaluate some multiple integral over a spherical region, better to change it in spherical coordinates. So let me do it. So for a given sphere, rho will go from 0 to a, that is the radius of the sphere. Then phi will go 0 to pi and theta will go 0 to 2 pi, and dx, dy, dz will be, so 3 I have taken out, that I got from the divergence of V, and then dx, dy, dz will become rho square sin phi d rho d phi d theta. All the limits are constant, so I can write 3 0 to 2 pi d theta into phi 0 to pi sin phi d phi into rho 0 to a rho square d rho. This equals to 6 pi into sin phi will become cos phi, okay, and here when I will put pi, cos pi is minus 1, cos 0 is 1, so minus 1 minus 1, and in fact sin phi will become minus cos phi, so minus minus plus, so 1 plus 1. So I will get 2 from here, and this is 1 by 3 into rho cube means a cube. So 3 2, so 2 into 2 4, so I got 4 pi a cube. So this is the value of right hand side. Now I will calculate left hand side, and if left hand side equals to right hand side, then the theorem is verified. So I need to calculate the surface integral over S, that is V dot n dA. Here I am having a complete sphere, so I can divide this complete sphere into two surfaces. One is hemisphere in the upper half, means above xy plane, another one the hemisphere below xy plane. So two hemispheres. So let us say first is S1 V dot n dA plus S2 V dot n dA. Since both the surfaces are same, so I can write 2 times S1 V dot n dA. So now I need to calculate this vector, surface integral of this vector over S1, where S1 is the hemisphere in the or above the xy plane. So now the equation of hemisphere is given by x square plus y square plus z square minus a square equals to 0. So from here my gradient f will come 2xi plus 2yj plus 2zk. Normal vector to this hemisphere will be grade f over magnitude of grade f. So it will become 2xi plus 2yj plus 2zk upon square root of 4x square plus 4y square plus 4z square. So 4 I will take common, so it will become 2, and then square root of x square plus y square plus z square. X square plus y square plus z square is a square, so it will become twice of a. So 2 will be cancelled out. So basically normal vector is x upon a in I direction, y upon a in j direction, and z upon a in k direction. Now we need to calculate S V dot N dA. So this is twice of. Now we will calculate V dot N. So my N is given by this, V is given by this. So V dot N will become x square plus y square plus z square upon A. This is A square, so A square upon A, this comes out to be A. So I will take this A out, okay, and then I need to write this dA. So let me project this surface on xy plane. So when I will project it in xy plane, it will become dx dy upon n dot k. This equals to twice A. In xy plane I am having the region R. So R will be a circle of radius A. So R will go from 0 to A. Theta will go from 0 to 2 pi. Dx dy will become R dr d theta, and n dot k will become z upon A. So z upon A. So twice A square, this I will take here, theta 0 to pi 2 pi r 0 to A, r dr d theta upon z. Please, for the upper hemisphere z will become square root A square minus x square minus y square. So basically this is A square minus r square. So twice A square, and then this will comes out to be 2 pi A. So this comes 4 pi A cube, which is the same as we are having the right hand side. Hence left hand side equals to right hand side, and theorem is verified. Okay. So in this lecture we learn about divergence theorem of the Gauss, and then we have taken few examples based on this theorem. With this I will close this lecture. In the next lecture I will discuss another important theorem, that is the Stokes theorem. Thank you very much.